So, with that said, I suppose it's finally time to talk about why I've invited you all here. A few hours ago, I visited the city secretary's office and, can I borrow this? Filed to become the next mayor of Kyle. When I was on city council, I put my face on here, and the mayor rebuked me sternly, saying, "We don't want to see your face on campaign ads." So I went with a little simpler version. I made the decision to run for mayor for several reasons. First, as many of you know, Mayor Webster and council members Selbera and Wilson have recently announced that they're no longer going to serve on the council. And you may not be aware of this, but the three of them collectively have over 30 years of experience governing our town through 20 years of incredible growth. I believe we need a leader who can hit the ground running and help new council members get their bearing on dozens of complicated issues facing the city presently. Second, I'm running for mayor to make sure that we do not move backwards as a city. Kyle has been playing the long game for several years now. We are systematically investing in police, our park systems, and most importantly, our infrastructure, with the goal not only of surviving this growth, but finally getting ahead of it and thriving. Our city manager, Scott Sellers, is positioning us to shed the stigma that we are simply a bedroom community. Mr. Sellers says that he thinks Kyle needs to be a destination city, but I believe we need to adopt a new word, and that is strong. Kyle needs to be strong, both financially, economically, culturally, aesthetically. That's the vision that I have for this city. I use the word strong very intentionally. You will notice that strength is not a reference to size. For too long, we have been a town divided between those whose primary purpose is to keep Kyle small and those who want to see Kyle grow as much as possible. We use words like pro-growth and no-growth as if they are the only options. No-growthers, of course, reference how we are losing our small-town charm. They say Kyle cannot handle new homes and businesses because we weren't built to be like Round Rock and Georgetown. Pro-growthers, on the other hand, say we cannot withstand the market forces bringing people to our city, and we should not try to. We should embrace the growth. They say the only way to fix our problems is through the machine of growth, which brings infrastructure and revenue. Well, I have never thought of myself as being exclusively in either camp, because I believe both groups are, in many respects, right in their thinking. Kyle does face development challenges that threaten to strip from us any sense of identity and small-town charm. And Kyle cannot simply grow itself into prosperity because unfettered growth without consideration for financial security and long-term sustainability leads to bankruptcy, not wealth. On the other hand, Kyle should never simply close its doors to new people who would like to live here. Our country was built on the American dream, where we say to those all over the world that if you would like to come to Kyle, there is an opportunity for you to prosper. So when I say that Kyle should be strong, I mean we should make every decision with a sense of purpose. We should ask ourselves how the decision fits into the larger picture by folding over the various implications of that decision and seeing whether the outcome raises taxes or lowers taxes, costs jobs or creates jobs, strains infrastructure or builds it, costs money or provides the means of paying for itself. That is how we become strong, one decision at a time. I'm running for mayor because I see the path we are on, and I want to make sure we continue moving forward as a city. We are investing heavily in water, wastewater, and roads, and we are doing it with limited resources because we believe that development should pay for itself and not further burden the existing taxpayers. And just to underscore the point, regulating developers is how we are trying to strengthen the city. Higher impact fees, upfront infrastructure contributions, architectural standards, flood mitigation regulation. This is how you separate those developers who are only here to make a quick buck from those who are willing to truly invest in our community. This is how you manage growth. I know of no other way to be consistent in governing than to create tough but fair rules by which all developers can participate if they are willing to comply. And third, and finally, I'm running for mayor because I want to lead the good people of this town towards a better future. I like how our city charter sums it up. The mayor is, quote, to provide the leadership necessary for good government, end quote. And I read that and I think, good government. That's to many an oxymoron, right? Most people see government as, at best, a necessary evil. But I believe I have been called to fight against that notion. As mayor, I will pursue opportunities to engage the community through social media, at events, in restaurants, on the phone, through emails, at schools, and yes, the occasional video, and wherever I can elsewhere. And I will strive to engage in a way that is edifying and encouraging, especially when it comes to controversial decisions and when engaging those with whom I disagree. To me, collaboration and willingness to listen makes the best kind of leader. I believe healthy disagreements and varying perspectives are critical to achieving the best outcome. That leadership and that interaction is what I seek as mayor. I have a vision for Kyle to be an exceptional town, but I cannot achieve it alone. I need your help. The campaign trail lasts for several months. It is not easy, and it does take volunteers and resources to succeed. I'm asking you to consider whether you might be willing to contribute in some way. And it's not a hard pitch because you're already here, and I know that means you love our town and you want to see Kyle flourish. Beyond the obvious, we will need people to share Facebook videos and put up signs in their yard, or maybe drive around with me so that I can knock on doors in a more efficient manner. Right, Buck? If you're interested in any of that, we've got info sheets in the back for you to put your name down, and I will contact you later about what that might look like. Remember, this is not about me. And it's really not about you either, is it? It's about Kyle and the city we are trying to build for the next generation to inherit. That's what I'm after. I believe we can build a strong city, one that will make people proud to say they live in Kyle. And with your help, we can get there. Thank you very much. Nakona has some more words for you. Thank y'all for coming.